My parents forced me to give up my childhood dog when I was 14. 15 years later, I learned they kept him for my sister. I was 14 when my parents forced me to give up my childhood dog. 15 years later, I found out they never gave him up at all. They kept him, just not for me. They kept him for my sister. When I was a kid, my dog Max was my whole world. He was a fluffy golden retriever with a crooked tail and a habit of stealing my socks, so I'd chase him around the yard. My parents got him for me when I was 8, or at least that's what they said. Max slept in my room, followed me to the bus stop, greeted me like I'd been gone for years, even if I'd only been outside for 5 minutes. He was my best friend in a time when I didn't have any real ones. When I was 14, my dad lost his job. Stress levels were insane. Money was tight. And one night at dinner, my mom announced, "We can't afford to keep the dog anymore." I cried so hard I couldn't breathe. My dad told me to stop being dramatic. My sister, who was 10 at the time, barely reacted. The next day, they said Max was going to a nice family on a farm. I didn't get to say goodbye. I came home from school and he was just gone. I begged them to let me see him. They said no. I asked for the family's number. They refused. And just like that, my best friend disappeared from my life. I spent months sleeping facing the wall because if I looked toward the corner where his bed used to be, I'd break. That moment changed me. It made me quieter, more guarded, less trusting. I never forgave them for it. Not fully. Fast forward 15 years. I'm 29 now. I live across the country and only visit home for obligatory holidays. My relationship with my parents is polite, surface level. My sister, on the other hand, is the golden child. Perfect job, perfect husband, perfect life. My parents worship her. One day, she posts an old picture on Facebook, a throwback of her as a teenager with Max. Except the timestamp on the photo wasn't from when we were kids. It was from the year I turned 18, 4 years after Max was rehomed. I stared at that picture for a solid minute, thinking it was a mistake. But then she posted another and another. Max as an older dog with her in our house. In one of the photos, he's sleeping on her bed. My heart started pounding so hard I felt sick. I called her. She answered, cheerful as ever. I asked, "Where did you get that picture?" She laughed. "From my old phone." "Why?" I said, "Why do you have pictures of Max when you were 15? He was gone by then." There was a pause, a long one. Then she said, slowly, "Mom didn't tell you?" My throat closed. "Tell me what?" She said, "Max wasn't rehomed. They told you that because you weren't doing well in school and they thought the dog was distracting you. They kept him for me." I swear the world went silent. My childhood heartbreak, my grief, the guilt I carried thinking I must have done something wrong. It all came crashing back. I whispered, "You knew?" "Not at first," she said. "But when I was older, Mom said they didn't want you to fight them about it." Fight them? I was a kid. I was a lonely, anxious, hurting kid whose best friend was ripped away, so my sister could have him instead. She kept talking, but I couldn't hear anything past the roaring in my ears. Max died when she went to college. She said he had a peaceful life, that he loved her. I hung up. I confronted my parents that night. My mom's response? "You were too emotional. You didn't need the responsibility. Your sister was more mature." My dad added, "Let it go. It was years ago. Let it go." Like my grief was a childish tantrum. Like the dog who saved me from loneliness wasn't even mine to miss. I walked out. I haven't spoken to them in months. My sister apologized, but it felt hollow. Easy for her to be sorry now, after she got years with him I never had. Here's the twist I didn't expect. As angry as I am, as betrayed as I feel, I'm also grateful. Not to them, never to them, but grateful that Max lived a full life. Grateful he wasn't actually abandoned. Grateful he wasn't suffering somewhere without us. I didn't get to say goodbye, but he wasn't unloved. He wasn't alone, and that's the only thing keeping me from drowning in the anger. I don't think I'll ever fully forgive my parents. Not for the lie, not for the theft of something that mattered more to me than they ever realized. But I'm learning something important from it. Family isn't defined by blood. It's defined by who lets you keep the things and the people you love. And someday, when I have kids of my own, their dog will be their dog, and no one will ever take that away from them.